Okay, I think we have everything packed and ready to go. This is going to be a full day though. So I have all my crochet projects, which in fairness, I only brought one, but that's because it's a fiber festival. So I'm sure I'm going to find some other colorways that I want to work with today. I have about like 2 or 3 different patterns in mind that I want to work up, like summertime patterns. Also, I have the one that I wanted to finish for today, this kerchief. It's kind of a mess in here right now because I was like, okay, we need to get all of our water, bubbly water. I have still water, flavored water, all that type of stuff because it's supposed to be fairly warm today. As you can tell, I mean, it's early. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun is out. Where we are going is going to be just an open field. That sun is going to be very, very hot, or it's going to feel very hot for me. I have a couple of layers that I can throw on today. But yeah, Shepherd's Harvest. This is the very first time that I've ever gone. So I wanted to make an entire day out of it. And I think that's my partner. We should be ready to go. Yay! You good?
Yeah.
We do need to get sunscreen. I have some, but I want the spray on type of one too. You got everything? Beverage of choice?
I think so.
Okay, cool. This is the kerchief pattern that was free for the Minnesota Yarn Shop Hop. Sarah had it in knit and crochet, and then there was like a make along where you were supposed to make it before you got to Shepherd's Harvest. But I kept debating over what yarn I actually wanted to use with it. Decided on the Persephone colorway, and this one has like a little bit of sparkle in it too. So I saw a lot of people made a lot bigger version of it, so it wasn't like a head kerchief. It was kind of toss over your outfit that you have for the day type of kerchief. Some people made them a little bit smaller to put them on their bags to carry for today too. Like there was just a lot of different options. Choose your own adventure type of style. I'm gonna make it until we get there. Like whatever size it is there. I did bring some bobby pins, so hopefully if it's like not super big, then I can just kind of style it somehow that way. There's a line. There's 2 different directions to get in. There are so many fiber enthusiasts here already. It does cost to get in, but once you're in, we're staying. I don't have any other plans. Like this is what we're doing for the day. I didn't know what to expect. This is the first time I've ever been to Shepherd's Harvest, so I didn't know we were gonna have a huge line. It was like all the way out to where the stoplight was, where you needed to turn to get in. The line was starting. So yeah, we're gonna have some people here super excited about some fiber. Got a pamphlet for everything that's happening in here. There's like a lot of stuff going on. They also have a bunch of things going on, like border collie competition, sheep shearing, all that type of stuff they have going on right now. I think we're gonna get something to eat too, but this is our nice little setup. There was a, what was it, gluten-free egg roll? There's that.
I think I saw that.
I was kind of considering it. They have a lot of options for food. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, so we got a foot-long egg roll, cream cheese wontons, and then I got a vegan egg roll salad. I don't know, I'm excited about it. The issue that I normally have at fiber festivals is I have a bunch of hanks of yarn and I want to work on them right away, but like I can't because I have to cake them up. I mean, obviously I can do it by hand, but this setup is probably my new favorite yarn festival setup. When you want to work with this hank of yarn immediately, okay, here's your setup for you. The cart was a fantastic idea. It was kind of a last minute, oh, do we need one of these for this festival? I see a lot of people have them here, which yes, they do, because I mean, you can get an entire thing of fleece here and there's a lot of different vendors that you're going to want to keep walking to. You're not going to want to like haul everything back to the car right away. Just on an impulse, I decided to bring my yarn winder and my Swift with, and it fits perfect. Like, look at this right here. I thought maybe that would be an issue. No, that is perfect. And it twists right on the bottom. It's secure. It's not going anywhere. And then over here, it's kind of the perfect length. And then I have my little chair here, which is actually my partner's chair. That is the perfect height for it. I guess I haven't even tried it with my hammock chair. But this one has a nice little table so then I can have my drink as I'm caking up all this yarn. This is the setup for the festival season. And once it's done, I can just fold that Swift down and we can keep going because this chair goes in the wagon too. Just pure magic. So this is Hades from Muse 2320. She just released Twilight, and this is the Starling one. So there's a little bit of shimmer to it. And as soon as I saw Twilight, I mean, if you're a Twilight fan, you already know, you're already singing the song in your head, thinking maybe a bucket hat or like a rain hat, something like that. I don't know. It's really nice out and it's not super windy. So we're just going to enjoy the time caking up this yarn. It's very easy to use. So if you have a partner who knows how to spin, there you go. So this is from Fiber MacGyver, and it's a Wednesday inspired hank of yarn. I snagged 3 of these. It's a sock weight yarn or fingering weight yarn. I'm not sure if I want them to be socks or not. Like, I'm not entirely sure the direction, but now that I have the station all set up, like, let's go ahead and cake it up. I might just start working it into something right now because I'm interested in seeing how the colorway plays out. So like this side has a ton of blue over here. This other side has just a really intense black. How does it all play out? I don't really know. I didn't ask questions. I just had a little chit chat with her, grabbed these 3, and we're gonna figure out something to make with it. so glad that we have an entire day again to go through all the vendors, actually see some sheep shearing. So yesterday, I don't know what happened. We saw the border collies. Really, what we should have done yesterday was go to those events, the sheep shearing, and see the border collies do all their tricks and everything. We should have done that first because it was really, really hot by that time. Just like the rest of us, the sheeps and the dogs were like, hey, we're done. It's hot. I just want to sit here. They had like a little pool that the dogs could get in, and I totally understood that. So I'm just really happy that we have a complete full day because it's 10 to 4, so it's not quite as long as yesterday. I'm not going to need to go through every single building, and that just took up the majority of my time yesterday. I wasn't expecting there to be that many buildings to go through and that many vendors, and I just didn't really put that together of how long it's going to take me to go through and look at all the fun stuff. And then once I got new stuff, you know, like I got a hank of yarn, I wanted to cake it up, I wanted to play with it right away, and everyone was kind of sitting around crocheting. There was a lot of people spinning. The entire building that was just for classes, there were a lot of people set up outside and inside that had their spinning wheel. We're just kind of like doing their thing there, which I think is super fun. Honestly, the entire feelings of yesterday was super fun. Everyone was enjoying themselves. There's a couple of vendors that I need to go back to. Crafty Like a Monkey, I saw them when I first got into the very first building, had a little chit chat, and then I was like, okay, I'll come back. And then the day was over and I completely forgot it. So I need to go back to that booth. And then also there was a couple other ones too that my partner wanted to go back and visit. But what I was working on last night, the Twilight yarn, and started working on a bucket hat with Hades in the schlubby version to give it just a little bit of texture. And I think it's going to be really cool once it's done because it's going to have that sparkle to it, but you can't really see it right now. It's going to be a surprise sparkle. So when I go outside today, I feel like we're going to be able to see it a lot better. So it's going to be like a little bucket / sun hat. I'm to the part where I'm starting to just single crochet in the round. I'm done increasing. And then when we get to the edge, I think I want it to be very dramatic. I want to be able to like fold it over and maybe have a pin or something, like a brooch to hold one side, and then it kind of like flows on the other side. Haven't really got that far yet. The one thing is with this schlubby yarn, it likes to go in the back when you crochet with it. When you knit with it, it's a little bit different and a little easier to kind of pull it forward. But when you crochet, it just likes to be flat on one side and then bumpy on the other side. I used a 4mm crochet hook while holding both of them together because I wanted it to have some structure. Originally, I was just going to use the Twilight with the sparkle yarn just by itself, fingering weight and go that way, but it wouldn't have been quite as stiff. I mean, it's a hat. I want it to hold itself a little bit. Was kind of going back and forth between 4 and 4.5 last night. Was just a little too loose, and the space between them just, it wasn't giving what I needed from it. So 4mm, we're gonna finish that up hopefully today, unless I actually get on my spinning wheel, because that was the other place we need to stop at today, is the yarn truck. I didn't make it around to that spot either. And that is actually where I got my electric spinning wheel from. Kind of see what the day throws for the rest of it. I don't really have any major plans. Today is officially the last day of the festival, and it's supposed to be even hotter today. I also need to pull out the pamphlet to see when the sheep shearing is, because that is top of my list. Like that, I don't want to miss that today. I was really sad. I missed it by like 10 minutes each day yesterday because I'd be at a vendor, get chit-chatting, and they're like, oh yeah, the sheep shearing is already happening. It's right now. And I go out and it's already basically done because they're so efficient at it. So yeah, that is top of the list that we need to do right away today. And the rest of it, we'll just see how the day unfolds. One thing that I did want to work on today just did not happen. I wanted to spin some yarn on my electric spinning wheel, but it was so windy that I wasn't confident about setting everything up without it blowing away, because my options were I could either find a shady spot underneath a tree, which there was many places for me to pick from, enjoy the breeze, or I could find a spot in one of the buildings, which I definitely could have, but it was even hotter today than it was yesterday. So the buildings felt very stuffy. Outside just felt a lot better. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna keep working on my sun hat. That's what I decided. It's not gonna be a bucket hat, it's gonna be a sun hat. Set up my hammock chair, find a big tree to crochet under, and we did for quite a few hours. Went back to Crafty Like a Monkey, hung out with Teresa from Get Ben's Farm and Sarah of Muse 2320 for a little bit. Honestly, the rest of the day was just super relaxing. I love my hammock chair. It's basically like a traveling rocking chair, and I have 2 different rocking chairs in my yarn dungeon, at least 1 different rocking chair in the rest of every room in my house. Like, it's just my favorite. Rocking chairs and crocheting, it just feels like they go together really well. And then being able to do it outside. The chair that I have has this little place where I can, or like a little strap that I can put my feet on, so the whole thing just swings all together. It was so nice. Really didn't want to leave today once we were starting to pack everything up, but I'm definitely tired, feeling all of the effects of 2 full days of sun, so I am gonna sleep really well tonight. But what I got finished for the day is quite a bit of the hat. So I've gotten to the part where it's starting to flip out. I think I have 3 rows of the brim. And this I want to be pretty dramatic. So I'm thinking 5 to 6 inches of this. I don't know. I do have quite a bit of the yarn left. So I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about the yardage. It's just gonna be how big do I want this, and then we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna work a little bit more on this tonight, but I'm gonna throw a movie on, so I can't really guarantee that I'm gonna be awake here for much longer. Today felt a little bit different than yesterday, a little bit more relaxed. Seemed like if you did the whole weekend, so if you came for Saturday and Sunday, Saturday was the day to go and explore, find your favorite vendors, have a little chit chat, and then today, bring all of your skeins of yarn, your fiber, whatever you got, find a little shady place on the grass and work that up with all of your crafty friends. They also had sheep shearing, which we did get there in time. It was the very first thing that we did. My partner was like rushing to get everything out. It goes so quick. So it started at 11 and we were there about 10 minutes early, which was good. I highly suggest that if this is something that you're going to be interested in doing next year, because they already have the days set. This was their 26th time of doing this, and at the end of it, they had a little bookmark that said, "See you next year, 2026, here's the weekends." Like, this is on the calendars already. So I grabbed a bookmark, and I think I will be going back. Like, if everything works out, I mean, a year is a long time in advance. I don't know, it was a really good time. I love that there was experiences built into it too. So highly suggest grabbing the pamphlet that they give, looking through all the courses that they have to offer. I didn't do any of the classes that was on Friday, but I will probably look at the classes next year and see if there's anything that's of interest to me. At the very end of it, I did walk through the demo building where they had all their different stuff. They had a giant electric carder, which was really fun to watch, just making these art bats in all different colors. And then they also in the middle had a bunch of sock knitting machine. That might be something I want to consider for next year, because I do have a sock knitting machine. It's one of those machines where I could learn something new every single day and not be bored. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This thing, it's a huge learning curve, and even though I know how to make socks on it, there's a lot of different things I can make on top of it. I mean, right now I'm still pretty much just doing a basic sock, but that's because it works for me and I can sit down and have an entire set of socks done in under 2
2 hours, that's fine. That's what I want it for. But the ribber, working on lace, doing color work, things that I feel like would be really fun to see in person, and I would probably learn a lot better too, just like the hands-on of everything. Took the pamphlet, highlighted a bunch of stuff that I want to look into next year. So yeah, that was my experience for Shepherd's Harvest for the very first year. I feel like there were definitely things that I missed, even though I went to both days. So if this is something that you do every single year, let me know how you attack it. Otherwise, have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.